Hello there, all my friends. It's been a while. Yes, it has. Sorry, I was on vacation. So now I am back, and we were discussing the most common symptoms about that people have during perimenopause, okay? And menopause, really. So basically, the things that people complain about the most, what my friends talk to me about all the time. We're talking about hot flashes, worsening PMS, all the things, right? So today we're talking about one which comes up, unfortunately, a lot, and it's called brain fog. Yeah. Okay, so do you feel like you're going crazy sometimes, right? You walk into a room, can't remember why you went in there. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. You zone out during important meetings or conversations. You just can't remember like why or what you were talking about. Can't remember people's names. Eek. That's not just a sign of getting older. You have a bad memory. These can be real things. Okay, so you may be experiencing brain fog, very common again in perimenopause and menopause, thanks to hormonal chaos, stress, and maybe even a lack of sleep, right? Who's up for that one, right? Okay, so typically brain fog is related to inflammation in the body. Okay, the inflammation in the body that affects the brain, lowers your overall, like low the basically lowering the inflammation in your entire body will definitely make the biggest difference. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that probably on Thursday because we probably won't get to it today. So that'll help reduce brain fog and protect your brain from damage or degenerative changes. Okay, so these are things that can progress and get worse and worse and worse. So we don't want that to happen. Like all of our body systems, the brain depends on the right balance of hormones to function at its best. When we are under stress, whether it's physical or emotional stress, it doesn't matter, our hormone levels suffer. We've talked about that many times. This hormone imbalance can leave the brain inflamed and lacking in the chemicals it needs to function well. This can make you feel fatigued, it can make you feel anxious, it can make you feel foggy and unable to focus. Now, the HPA axis, or the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, okay, so this is all the ways that hormones work together in the body, how it's controlled by the body, is critical to overall well being. When your adrenals release cortisol in response to stress, the rest of your body's hormone systems go into survival mode. Okay, kind of like minimal function or like your low power mode on your phone, right? Where things don't always work at their peak. They're kind of just like working at baseline so that they function, but they're not like it's not high definition, right? Think about it that way. This can affect not only your estrogen and your progesterone, but also your thyroid hormone. So, brain fog is actually a very common complaint for women who are dealing with both hyper and hypothyroidism. Both extremes affect how your brain and your mind work. Now, your thyroid dictates metabolism, overall, whole body metabolism, and your ability to process nutrients. So, any stress that decreases your thyroid function makes you less efficient at getting what you need from your food. Now, unfortunately, the brain is one of the first systems affected by this altered metabolism, and that leaves you foggy and forgetful. Now, estrogen and progesterone are not only key to reproductive health, which of course everybody knows, but also it helps to stabilize your mood and it keeps your mind sharp. When these hormone levels decrease, you're also less able to use the feel good, as we call them, neurotransmitters in the brain, namely dopamine and serotonin. They both help stabilize your mood, they help manage your emotions, and even help you with sleep. So when you're stressed and your cortisol levels are high and your thyroid levels are low, and then your estrogen and your progesterone levels drop, hello, none of this is happening correctly. Now, estrogen and progesterone help keep the connections in your brain sharp and prevent the buildup of free radicals in your brain that can cause more inflammation. Okay, how everything kind of comes back together, back to inflammation. So, we are going to talk more on Thursday about what you can do to regain control of this axis of the inflammation. Okay, it's going to be a kind of a refresher because we've talked about these things before, but now we're putting them all together in relation to this one symptom, which again is one of the many symptoms people experience during this time, this change in our lives, in women's lives. So let's keep that in mind and come back Thursday and we're going to talk more. So hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you again on Thursday for another Live in 5.